Kristyn Harvey. I'm owner and principal designer at Kristyn Harvey Interiors. We are a luxury full-service design firm based out of San Diego. Most of our projects are whole home renovations, ground up new builds, and then like multiple room, like extensive full furnishing projects. And then I do tend to really love homes with character. So whether we're building them like from the ground up or doing a renovation, I like to kind of keep the character of the home and like restore that. Interior design is my second career. I actually originally went to school for nursing at an Ivy League institution, and I spent a decade as an intensive care nurse. My husband and I met and we bought this hoarder's house because we saw a house up the street that was turnkey and beautiful. And so I knew I could do something amazing with it. So we bought it. I cried a lot. We renovated it on a Home Depot, like Lowe's budget. And when we ended up moving to San Diego, we sold it. And I remember in Hawaii, we were in Hawaii, it rains a ton. And there was like a line down the street of people under their umbrellas waiting to see the house. And that's kind of when I was like, oh, like, I think I'm good at this. And then we moved to San Diego. I, put our entire family through another renovation again, buying a house in its like original condition. We had friends over and colleagues over, and then they kind of asked me to help them with their renovations. And then my husband eventually was like, you're killing yourself working two jobs. Just take the leap. So I worked a ton, saved up money, and then quit, and then spent the next 5 months shooting every single project, my own house that I could to use it as a portfolio, and then built the website. Took a course on how to run your interior design business, and then launched. I did a lot of research. I listened to a lot of podcasts, and I figured out that Sandra Funk's The Design Standard would be the best course for me to take. And the thing with that course is you really do have to take it from start to finish. Like you have to like dig down and like take it, it's a hard course to get through, but very beneficial. And then on top of that, like I never am not learning. So like any second of the day that I have free, I'm listening to an audiobook or a podcast. A well-designed business is one I listen to a lot. And then also listening to the ID Code Collective's podcast as well. And then I also listen or read a lot of books about like mindset, because I feel like having that confidence is a really big part of starting your own business. I love kitchens because I'm kind of like a type A, like OCD kind of person. So I love drawing cabinets and like figuring out like the storage in cabinets and how to make people's lives easier. And I feel like people really spend a lot of time in their kitchens, and it makes a really big difference, especially for families, to have a kitchen that's like well laid out. I think the best rule of thumb for when you're shopping vintage is if you love it, you just have to buy it then and there, and then you'll find the perfect home for it later. So I am kind of like a hoarder. So wherever we go, whether we're like back at home in Thailand, or, I don't know, on vacation somewhere, I'm always shopping, and I try to bring an extra suitcase. And then I just like shove vintage items in all the different suitcases, wrap it up with my clothes, and like bring it back. And then whenever I like find the perfect home for it, I think the clients really appreciate that I was always like thinking of that future project, thinking of them. But I also look a lot on Etsy and Facebook Marketplace. I'm actually a naturally like super introverted, shy person. Like if you had ever asked me in nursing if I ever wanted to be like leader of anything or like public speaking, I would have said like absolutely not. But it turns out that if you like really like love what you do. I don't know, it's exciting for me. And so in terms of strategy, I did actually have a social media team working with me for the last like 6 months. But I have realized that with me, because the company is my name, I'm very controlling over like what gets put out there. So I just took my social media back over. So I'm going to be managing it by myself. But generally, I just prop my phone up wherever I can, and then just, capture a lot of B-roll. And it's normally just me. I don't actually bring a tripod or anything because I always forget. Like I bring it and then I don't take it out of the car because I'm like, I'm like running to like project site meetings and things. I end up just forgetting. It's easier if I just prop up my phone and get what I can. And then I cut it, later. I try to post at least 3 times a week, and I try to show up in stories at least 3 times a week. I feel like the past like 3 years, I've just been like really like head down and like focused on like work and like other people, like my clients and things. So this year, we're actually going to be renovating our own backyard. And so I'm really excited about that. We're going to be putting in a pool and like pergola, fireplace, shower, garden. So I'm a big gardener. And so I'm excited about that, but I am like reaching out to different brands and actively like currently looking for sponsorship opportunities. People always find it fascinating that I grew up in Thailand. Yeah, so I grew up in Thailand until I was 18. And then I came to the States for college, and then everyone's like, "Oh, why is your English so good?" And it's because my mom is American, and then my dad is Thai.